Oh, this is on.
Oh yeah, you're recording. Shit. We're here today in MVB. It's Game Jam Day, a 2-day event where teams kind of come together and write a game based on a theme. This year the theme is it's not a bug, it's a feature.
Gonna rickroll everybody. Oh, keys.
Yeah, so let's just go around and look for people, I guess.
So I'm going to be making a game using Bevy and Rust. Because it's in Rust, it's blazingly fast, way better than any JavaScript framework out there.
So we're making an absolute abomination of a game in which we're using real-life props, green screening ourselves in, making horrifying, demented creatures like this blowtorch monster four-legged crab thing. We've got a bloke with screws for eyes. It's going to be like a nightmare synth hellscape with Beethoven's Ninth blasting its way into your ears as you don't know what's going on. It'll be glorious and gorgeous.
I hate you!
So this happens once a year. We also have the hackathon in February, but this is the one that's really geared towards games.
I'm making a VR game, so I'm like hopping in and out of the headset and kind of moving things around in VR and seeing and like how they like respond, and then changing them through the editor, and then kind of like rinsing, repeating type thing. My favorite pasta shape? Ooh. Oh, probably spaghetti. I really like spaghetti, but like tagliatelle might be in there as one of the top ones, but no, still spaghetti top. That's how I like to write my code as well. Like spaghetti code is my favorite way to write code, so.
Tagliatelle, it's great. It's like, especially when you get the whole wheat one. It's all starchy and everything. Then you whack it in the tomatoes and, oh, it all kind of like goes all together as one with the sauce. It's bloody delicious.
It's my beard.
Great beard.
Should we go over a picture real quick, make sure it looks sharp for the camera?
Oh, yeah, sure. So,
Oh, you're recording right now?
Yeah.
How's it going, George? Okay. The game's going pretty good. We have a very diverse set of skills. And so we got people like George doing animations, Alex doing the models, me and Steven are doing the programming right now. And it's going quite well, I'd say.
Hi, I'm Jack. We're making a capture the flag style game today with tons of mini games.
Jed, one of the minions, would you like to say some words?
Not really.
Understandable.
and then we have it. We have little bugs, and you can click, and it takes you to our game.
It's Rust, you can do stuff like this, and it handles it perfectly fine. I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying anymore.
I've made a lot of progress. Progress has been absolutely blistering right now. I'm multiple mugs of coffee in, like pure caffeine coursing through my veins. Got a monster all fully animated and rigged. I can bash it with a pointy stick. I can kill it in the game. I've got a few graphical effects ready to simulate some glitches. More on that later. But right now, the toy that we're playing with is a modular synth. Now, what I want to do, I want to put the audio through the modular synth and then output a simple MIDI key to change one of these values, so therefore have some delays and reverb to the actual audio of the game. So everything will be live processed through signal processing in the synth.
So what's happening is Unreal Engine 5 is not a finished product, and it crashed, and it corrupted the entire project. And I've lost an hour of work. I never used it before today. We were using it to try and get the best graphics. Someone else might get it instead. So all I've done is give myself pain. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go buy a diabetes-inducing amount of sweets and snacks. Then maybe come back and You know, I might be convinced to do some more work.
In a moment, you'll see me play it.
I'm tired.
Do you think you're going to be able to get this done by tomorrow?
Oh yeah, if he starts working, of course.
Right, basically it's a party game where a few friends can connect with each other, and they're given a prompt that is either a bug or a feature, and then they have to pitch that bug or feature as if it is a real feature to the other players, and the players have to figure out which person has whether each person has a bug or a feature.
Yeah, so I go on a brief walk. I let everybody know that I'm doing it, and I come back and they're having an interview without me, which I think is found quite upsetting. You know, I mean, I'm supposed to be the team leader, you know, which is something we all agreed unanimously, and yeah, and now they're making these like executive decisions without me. So I think they kind of need to learn their place, which, you know. We'll see if we can make that happen sooner rather than later.
I'm Andrea, a freeloader who just rocks up to events and eats pizza.
Rust doesn't have a garbage collector, so
Cut to the demo.
It's okay. Just sticking another Game Jam sticker.
Oh. It's lovely.
Figured it out.
This isn't scene. Should just count
As a pizza.
Yeah, so after a lot of team bonding over pizza, the guys are beginning to learn their place. We tried to get them as good at taking responsibility as they were at taking pizza slices, and I think it paid off. So yeah, now we've got a very rough prototype working. We've got a banging soundtrack. Right now, it asks each player for their explanation sequentially on a host computer. Oh, let me just restart that. Technical difficulties.
We're unionizing. He's not paying us enough. I don't think I've received a single paycheck in all the time I've worked with him. He's a terrible boss. His jokes aren't funny. And my God, that BO.
It's kind of where we're at so far. We need some more like hints to explain how it works, but like the mechanics are there. We just got to do like some more like visual stuff to indicate what's going on, and then build on it. But yeah, like the foundation's laid.
You can't smell it on the camera, but you can sure smell it from here.
So my game includes a measure of sanity as you go through, and as your degree of sanity decreases as you go through the game, you're going to have more and more visual bugs. You're going to have lots more things just kind of going a bit awry. So one of the things I'm including in this is using this lovely big modular analog synth. I'm sending MIDI signals to this to change control voltages to therefore essentially allow me to interpolate and pretend like I'm twiddling some of these dials. What we're playing here is a bit of Beethoven's Ninth, and I've hijacked the pitch channel to allow me to essentially put more and more repeats in a buffer. So if I increase this, it just, well, just...
Good job, well done.
Hello. This is the despair corner.
Welcome to the despair corner. Our code doesn't work and I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Mine does. My code works.
So the progress has been really good so far. We've got the video background working, the logins, we've got the summaries, and we got all of our 3 games all working nicely. We've got to do one more game, and then just make it all work together, make the storyline fit, do the voiceover. It's been great. It's been good.
Unfortunately, for our final game, a certain someone who's in charge of doing it is not actually here. He's outside playing Mario, which is not particularly helpful. Whilst us two here are actually like doing our stuff. Like I'm writing the script, Tegan's trying to like sort the videos out. You know, a little disappointed, really.
Very disappointed. This was meant to be a 3-man project. It's become a 2-woman project.
Okay, so since our last meeting here, I managed to fix those technical difficulties. Second player can enter their explanation. And then all explanations are shown on screen, along with the descriptions of the bugs. And each player in turn can vote on which explanation is the most convincing.
Okay, so it's the next morning after finishing work at about midnight last night. Got home, had a bit of an uneasy sleep, forced myself to get out of my warm bed in the cold, harsh reality of the world, and come back here at, well actually I was going to say God knows what hour, but 10:30, it's pretty normal right now. I'm working on finishing the core content of the game. Right now there's not a huge amount of actual playable time, but there's a game there, and you know what, for a game jam, that's a bloody achievement.
Merge conflicts.
So right now I'm focusing on making the final boss of the game. In this case, the final boss is my friend Jed. I dressed him up in a leather jacket and forced him to smush some plasticine together, and then he slams it on the ground like bang.
And what happens when a mama branch and a dada branch hate each other very much, and the divorce is getting a bit messy, and no one knows which kid to take, and then they sort of end up, you know, cutting the kids in half, cutting me in half, cutting the code in half, and they're bad. Don't work with people. Work on your own. Burn laptops. Why do we trick rocks into thinking? That's my philosophy. That's my wisdom.
Today we're trying to put our work together, but we're encountering some merge conflicts. Right now the problem is some in the scene, which is kind of a sticky one still, because we have to dig through the entire scene file in a notepad and look through all these merge conflicts. So it's not going well. It's a troubling start to the day, but my team look very enthusiastic, so maybe.
Very enthusiastic. Game design is such a struggle. Like, especially when trying to design drop-down menus, it's absolutely painful. And you have to like coordinate everything, the back buttons, to like make sure you have all the, I guess, pieces together. So yeah, for now we're just focusing on the main menu here.
So we are currently recording our voices for our agent, who acts like a tutorial and kind of guides you along the game. And then we also just recorded our glitch voice, which is basically the enemy of the whole game.
So we have the beautiful, if it runs, beautiful floating man, which we can rectangle until, well, you see, I brought you over here because there was a bug, but the bug's fixed itself, so just ignore the clip. This clip isn't getting used. We're not using the clip. We're not using the clip because there's no funny bug.
So they have around 2 hours left. Seems, yeah, should be fun.
All the settings are either black or white. I imagine it's something Tiburu's done wrong somewhere. Some fork along the road where he didn't listen to my advice as he should have. Yeah. But
how's that beard?
Okay. You know, basically, my Unity crashed, and I lost most of my progress, but I know how to do it all, so I'm going to just redo it again now, but it's been a bit of a setback. It's a very sad day right now. But, yeah. I mean, I hope so. Thank you very much.
It's about reordering words in order to like make different meanings so that you can like pass puzzles and stuff. So it's very much a puzzle game. The bug is the idea that you can kind of move variables around within the actual game. And so you give a variable that would be to a robot that's stopping you to instead to a plant so that it can't stop you as well. So that's kind of like the bug sort of like style of things. It's pretty much in like a finished state. I've not got it to be outside of Unity, so it's not executable, but we'll have to mess around with that and see if I can do that. But no, all the content is pretty much where I want it to be.
You might be wondering why I'm wasting the time only 1.5 hours before the end of the project, talking to a camera. It's because I can't save anything anymore. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if it's this one, or maybe I go somewhere else. I'll try to save this one. It'll just hang. So, I can't. This will be the last bug complaint from me, because it's the last bug I'll write, because I can't write anything. I can't make the game. You go to the Game Jam to make game, can't make game. It's sad badness unless you want to like play it in editor without all of their stuff. Games are fun, kids. Don't make them.
Right, okay, well, my heart rate's going probably about 20 beats per minute higher than it should, medically. Judging-wise, I mean, I'm confident. I think I've made a decent game. Whatever happens, happens. I enjoyed making a game. I weirdly enjoy being stressed. But I think it'll be interesting nonetheless. This is my final game jam at university, and I wanted to go out with a bang. So if it fails spectacularly, that's still a bang, and I'm happy with that.
So we have made a lot of progress in the last few hours. The biggest progress we've made is we got all of our audio working. It's currently being implemented, so we've recorded it all, but now we've just got to actually implement it, which is causing Joanne a lot of pain because it's the only thing she can do because she's the only one with Firefox actually working. So that's a lot of pain. But I think we're really excited for the judging process. We're excited to show off our game, make sure it actually works. And yeah, it's been good. Stressed.
Drag and drop, 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 drag and drop.
Well, it could have been going a lot better, but in the morning we had a lot of GitHub merge issues that really we lost
Isn't this the tutorial for like Java? I know there's something like
So this is the UE management.
I know we probably aren't going to win a thing, but I'm trying to desperately persuade the judges we are. And I feel like I should have got another drink from the fridge before they ran out.
There's a firefly, and then we're in the level good.
We did it perfectly, no flaws whatsoever, and quite frankly,
all of his games broke.
We're still going to lose.
Because at the beginning we deliberately spent a lot of time just like planning out what features we want. Even though we didn't implement all of them, we knew what we were doing like most of the time, and we didn't waste a lot of time just thinking, oh, what am I doing next? What are you doing? Do I need something from you? That kind of stuff. So I think we did planning pretty well.
Oh no. Sorry.
The ratio between reward and suffering was not very favourable, but it was nice to see some people were having fun when playing the game. They were laughing at it, or laughing with it. I mean,
Personally, I think I've cultivated like a passion for game design, and I think I've discovered something that I'm probably good at, and I could give it a try even in the future again. And it's a skill that I want to keep working on, and I feel like user interfaces and user experience is something that's very valuable to conceptualizing any game. So yeah, that is, for me at least, it's a very valuable experience.
Okay, next is the funniest game, and that goes to Blue Brick Facade, table 7.
Yeah. It is. It's like I haven't slept this little in a very, very long time. And yeah, it's been damaging. Our entire project corrupted about 40 minutes for submission time. So we had to piece together like 7 different iterations of it, dragging and dropping, wiring everything back up, which was a little bit of a pain. But yeah, you know, like it's fun. It's fun. Did it with a group of mates. Free food, free programming.
This category we have most unexpected twist, and we have 2 games for this one. We have the right-footed little people. Table 11 and the programmers, table 16.
Yeah, well, I always enjoy game jams. I think they're like a lot of fun. I'd probably steer away from VR in the future for game jams. Like the time it takes to do anything is very like just increased because of it. Yeah, because a lot of it you tend to be like taking the headset off and putting it back on, and that can be a little bit like just uncomfortable because you're spending your whole time programming with the head mount display balanced on your forehead. So I definitely do it again. Found it very rewarding, but I ditched the VR and I go for a straight up 3D game.
The winners are Andrew Morgan, table 6. I think we've done it. Okay, so let's have drum roll, everyone. This is the overall prize. The best game, the last game goes to Team Magnus.
Basically, the one person on my team.
How many levels are there?
There's only one more.